Pennywise advisory. This show is explicit as a motherfucker. Parental advision. Fucking shit.
Listener discretion.
Listener, not parental. It's listener.
Yeah.
God, fuck me. Never mind. Hang on. So we're doing Elliot Rogers today, and I was going to talk about him a bit here in the beginning, but I think I'll just let him tell you in his own words some of the things from his YouTube channel that he used to say.
Hey, Elliot Rogers here. I don't know why you girls are so repulsed by me. It doesn't make sense. I do everything I can to appear attractive to you. Dress nice. I'm sophisticated. I'm magnificent. I have a nice car, a BMW. I mean, look at me. I'm gorgeous. I'm polite. I'm the ultimate gentleman. And yet, you girls, you never give me a chance. I don't know why. You know, I put a lot of effort into dressing nice. These sunglasses here were $300. Giorgio Armani. See? Look at how fabulous I look. I'm 22 years old, and I've never had a girlfriend. I'm still a virgin. I've never had the pleasure of having sex with a girl, sleeping with a girl, kissing a girl. Never even held a girl's hand. And that's just such an injustice because I'm so magnificent. I deserve girls much more than all those slobs. It's not fair.
So what do you think? Do you hate him? Give me a minute. You will.
It's evil! Don't touch it!
It's alive!
I was with you.
They're coming to get you. By the power of Christ. This is
Me?
Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Hey guys, what's going on? Zach, how are you doing?
I'm very well, sir. Doing very well. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. I'm not sure about how happy I am about doing this fucking episode, though. I've been thinking about this fucking douchebag, all right? So this is what I think. Like, it sounds like if Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy had a kid, and it was their kid doing a bad impression of Jeff Goldblum. That's what I hear in my head.
That's not bad.
It's not fair. Hello there. Heidi ho there. What is it with you? And like, every time you get to pick one, it's like, I just get fucking irate and pissed off. Fuck this guy.
Well, I was originally going to do Ed Gein because it was around Halloween time and I was looking for stuff. And then I came across this guy and started reading and I was just like, nope, got to do it.
Well, I don't often get upset about shit like this, you know, but my fucking blood boiled, man. Like, you know, you said, well, we gotta play some of these clips. And I'm going to give this motherfucker like 2.5 minutes. I edited a bunch of this shit. Like the intro clip, I put it on the little, he was such a little fucking douchebag. It was all like, well, I'm not going to get into it right now, but short syndrome to the fucking extreme. Fuck this guy. If you want to like listen to the fucking 30-minute rants of his videos and all this other shit, feel free to look it up on YouTube. I'm not even going to link it in the description because this motherfucker doesn't deserve it.
He's like a parody of a Bond villain. Like
but he's
from
not,
Austin Powers or something.
But he's not
but
fucking.
Men is a joke, but this guy isn't joking.
No, he's just he's a bad impersonation of a human being is what he is.
Yeah. He's like a show person, it seems like.
Yeah.
But
all the cysts, man.
He's got them. He has them. So I do want to say that if you're in this situation and you're feeling this way, please talk to somebody. Talk to anybody that you can get a hold of. Anybody. There's so many people out there that can talk to you to help you out. We are only talking about what he went to, the levels that he went to. And if you get to that level, that's what we're talking about, where you're going to kill yourself at the end anyway.
Yeah,
we don't want anybody dying. That's the thing. So that's what I'm getting at. If you can get to the help, please. But just don't take anybody else out with you. It's awful.
Yeah. You just heartache that doesn't have to be caused.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So Elliot Roger was born on July 24th, 1991 in London, England. His father was Peter Roger, who was a director and did a bunch of TV commercials.
Right
So
on.
he's doing all right.
Yeah, I was
Doing
gonna
okay.
say. So far, the kid has got it really fucking bad. That's what I'm hearing.
His
got
mother
got a rich dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his mother, Lee Chin, was a nurse that worked on film sets. She actually knew George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, and she even dated George Lucas for a little while.
Poor little bitch.
Yep. They get together, and Elliot's born, and they didn't want to raise him in the city. So they moved to Sussex, and he goes to a private boys' school. He got to travel around. They didn't take vacations like a couple hours away. I mean, they were.
No, yeah, they jet set, man. They were
Yeah.
fucking going all over the world. Yeah.
Yep. And he ended up he had a sister too named Georgia, but I didn't look into it any farther other than that, just to say her name, because I'm sure she wants to be left alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure
I can't blame her at all.
her life had to have been shit after this. I would think.
I'm sure.
It's like all the, so hopefully she changed her name and get the hell away or whatever.
Yeah.
But so his father wanted to move to the US when Elliot was 5 to help his career.
Right.
So they moved to LA. But
well, that makes sense. I mean, you're a film producer. That's the industry you work in. That's where you live. So,
and super nice house that he got to grow up in, and like going through school and stuff at a young age, like everything was fine with this kid. Like no problems, no red flags,
right,
nothing like that. And he did have there was just he says in his manifesto the things that clicked him, but they're so fucking minor that it's ridiculous. So he did have one friend that was a girl when he was younger named Maddie Humphreys. And the only reason why I bring that up is because she was like a cute blonde girl. And later on, those were like the people that he despised the most.
Right. Well, that's what he wanted more than anything, was a hot blonde girl, right?
Yep. Yeah. That was what he desired, and they wouldn't give it to him, so he hated them. That's his whole thing. That's the whole thing. So when he was 7, his parents were kind of struggling in their relationship because his dad was traveling all the time, so they weren't getting along. And he sat down to talk to his mom, and he's like asking if they were going to get divorced, and she said, "Well, no, everything's fine, because what are you going to do as a mother? Of course, that's what you're going to tell your kid,
right?
You know?
Right. I mean, you got to tell him everything's going to be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but everything wasn't, and they did end up getting divorced, and so he really did not like his mother after this. Like he felt betrayed by her.
Really?
Yeah. Why would she leave his dad? He's rich and he's popular. He's good looking.
Sounds like this kid had the wrong fucking idea about life from the get-go, from the womb.
Yeah. Oh,
just like fucking silver spoon in his fucking mouth. Somebody should have kicked his fucking ass about 80 fucking times.
Nothing bad happened to this kid. I mean, nothing to trigger this. I mean, it was nothing but a pampered lifestyle, and one thing wouldn't work for him, and he just couldn't deal with it. So
fuck you, little fucking douchebag motherfucker. I'm glad he's dead. I'm fucking so glad he's dead. I just wish somebody could have fucking killed him. You know, somebody could have had the pleasure, as he would have put it, of killing that magnificent gentleman.
Yeah. You denied us the pleasure of you being savagely murdered.
No fucking shit, man.
But it was like 2 short months after his parents got divorced that his dad introduced him to his girlfriend. So I'm assuming there's a chance it could have happened after, but there was probably that probably had something to do with the divorce.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Down the road, they do get married. His father and his stepmom, he does not like her
at all. Yeah, like she was. I remember reading something about at one point he was just appalled at the fact that he had a friend over at the house, and he was mad because his friend was playing with his little brother. Is that right? Or maybe it was his sister. And
well, they did have eventually he had a little brother named Jazz, and I once again didn't look up into that either, because I'm sure that guy needs to be left alone.
Right. Well, anyway, so he's got this friend over. He gets pissed off because his friend's not playing with him, and his stepmom sends him to his room for an hour, and he just thought this was the absolute fucking worst thing ever, and he couldn't believe it. So he never had another friend over the house because he was ashamed. Like, he was just embarrassed.
That's the thing. It's tiny. It's the tiniest little things that set this dude off. And like, who wasn't sent to their room when they were a kid for being a bit of an ass?
Right.
Everybody,
Right.
you know.
And I guess, the worst thing that's ever happened to you is the worst thing that's ever happened to you. And if that's the worst thing that ever happened to this fucking kid,
You're doing okay.
I would have kicked him in the fucking dick on principle, just so he knows what a bad day is.
He was a short and scrawny little kid. So
Yeah.
when he tried hard to fit in at school at first because he thought he just should come in there and automatically be the most popular kid. Everybody should want to hang out with him. And when that didn't happen, so he tried to fit in with them.
Right.
But they did move schools. From his manifesto, I think it was like 10 times, maybe a few more.
But
Just
that was all on him. That was all on him.
Yep, but that would suck. But also, when you're going into every school that you go into with the same mentality of I'm better than all of you, that's what's going to happen. No one's going to like you. He wasn't some kid trying to fit in. He was wanting to come in and just be ruler. He wanted to. You all have to worship me now. I'm here.
And then
here I am.
When it didn't work out for him, he said, "Fuck this school. Let's go to another school." And his parents were just like, "Well, okay, if that's what you want, Elliot."
So yeah, so by the time he gets to the 4th grade, he becomes obsessed with his appearance. So he dyes his hair blonde because other people were, but fuck, I dyed my hair. I don't know how many different colors whenever I was in school. It was crazy.
It's like 4 at least for me. Yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't a big deal, but he wanted to wear the same clothes they did. Well, a lot of kids do.
Yeah.
And
you want to try to fit in. I get that part,
and he even got into skateboarding because that was what was cool at the time, or he thought it was cool because the cool kids at the school were skateboarding. And I'm going to tell you, as someone that used to skateboard, if your heart's not in it, you're going to fucking hurt yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how skateboarding works.
Even when your heart's in it, you're still going to fucking hurt yourself.
Yeah. You try
Take it from a guy who broke his wrist.
You try a trick, you fail. You try a trick, you fail. You fail 100 times, and then you nail it, and you're like, this is why I'm doing this.
And then you never get to do it again. Yeah. Just pull it to one time, and it's like, it's totally worth it.
Why was no one recording that when I nailed that trick right there? I did a kickflip. Come on. No one's seen that? I snapped a board in half trying to ollie off of a picnic table, and I landed wrong. I was like, well, I guess I'm not skateboarding for quite some time now because my parents didn't have the money that Elliot's parents did to get me a new one.
Yeah, man. That was back when decks were like $100, and that was,
oh man,
that was 20 years ago, 25, 30 years ago. Yeah.
Save the trucks and the wheels, but man,
yeah.
So when he was 11, here's the one of the first things that he points to in his manifesto about why girls were the worst. After his mom told a little fib to him, this thing happens. So he's playing with some friends, and he's kind of ticklish, and they were doing like a tickle fight, but they all ganged up on him because of how ticklish he was.
Right.
He bumped into a girl that was standing outside that was, I don't know, she was around the same age. I think she might have been a year older than him. And she turned around and pushed him. Barely gave him a little shove, just like, back up, I'm doing stuff here.
Right. Right.
He just lost it.
Oh, wow.
Apparently that was in his head for the rest of his life, that girl had the audacity to push him. Even at 11 years old, I think he thought that she should have just dropped to her knees and started sucking his dick because he touched her.
I guess, man. I tell you what, this kid had fucking issues like from day one. And I don't know why they weren't addressed more than they were in his life.
Well, he did have all the access to mental help, and his parents tried to help him.
Yeah.
Even later in life, they gave him medication to take from his therapist, but he wouldn't take it because he's above that.
Yeah. Yeah. Antipsychotics.
Yep. And his mom and dad, after this is when he was about 11 years old when they had his baby brother, Jazz. Like I said, I didn't get into any more of that. But after the new baby's born, his dad stops paying child support to Lee. So she has to move out of the house that she was living in, the nice house she was living in, and move into an apartment.
Okay.
Yes, who didn't like that very much?
I'm going to go with little bitch boy.
Yeah, but okay, so he wouldn't even have friends over anymore because he still did have some friends, but he wouldn't have them over because he was embarrassed that his mom lived in an apartment.
Oh my God.
And I'm assuming that with her job, it wasn't some shitty apartment and it was a nice one in LA. So that is costing, that's.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, it makes absolutely no fucking sense. This kid just, I don't know. Like I said, somebody should have beat this kid's ass.
Is it the entitlement? I think
Yeah.
that he
It's
just thinks everything should just be laid out for him.
Yeah.
Because his mom was so horrible that he got to go to the premiere of all 3 of the Star Wars movies.
Oh, you poor little fucking bitch.
Yeah, because she knew George Lucas, so he got to walk like the red carpet at the premiere to go down and go watch this movie in a way better theater, I'm sure, than what me and you watched it in.
No shit. And I bet he didn't have to wait in line for fucking 6 hours to get fucking tickets.
So how was he? I mean, you have to set off a vibe for you to have that kind of power and that, to be able to do that and still not be a cool kid.
Yeah. Like I said, dude, this kid was just rotten from the get-go.
The vibe that he was throwing off was just so bad that you got to go to the premiere of Star Wars and you still went to school and everybody was like, nah, fuck that guy.
Yeah. At one point, one of his only friends that he ever had growing up told him he would never fucking get laid because he was a fucking asshole. Just yeah. Like that's in his. It's like there's a quote that was literally something close to that. Was it in his manifesto?
Yeah.
Quote unquote, you're never fucking getting laid.
Well, that guy nailed it, didn't he?
Yeah, he totally fucking nailed it. This guy's a little bitch.
So,
Elliot Rogers here.
When it came time to go into high school, he was petrified of girls. Like he was scared to death. So he begged his parents to send him to an all boys high school.
Right.
And they well, of course they did.
Like a little bitch.
Well, it didn't work out well for Elliot. So it turns out in an all boys high school, when you walk in acting like you're better than everybody else, they're going to have a problem with it. So there was some bullying. They'd throw food at him.
Fuck you, fucking worm.
Call him a loser. And they taped his fucking head to a desk one time. So now, if you were just some kid coming in, just trying to get along, trying to make friends, and people did that to you, you're fucking assholes. But this guy, I feel like, just absolutely deserved it.
Oh, he was just like, please, somebody kick my fucking ass.
He was begging.
Yeah.
And I picture the kid from A Christmas Story that licked the pole. Like
I'm dead.
His arms are flapping around, but his head's taped to a desk, and that's fucking hilarious.
Oh, fuck.
So he had very few friends. His only friends at this time were online while he was playing World of Warcraft. And I guess he just did that.
He got
so much.
He got real deep into that shit.
Yeah. And when he was 13 is when he was going through an internet cafe and some older kid was watching some porn. And this is when he found out about porn. So I'm guessing that this World of Warcraft, it was probably like, yeah, I'll play this for a while. Now I'm watching porn.
Yeah. And it was probably like, well, when I get tired of World of Warcraft, I'll look at porn. And you swap back and forth. Yeah.
And that he didn't say that, but I guarantee it, because his view on women, like, it's like he didn't get those are actresses and it's catering to a male ego. He was like, is this how women are? Perfect. That works out great for me.
Yeah. They're just supposed to walk up to you and dare to go, wow, wow. That's messed up, man.
That's not how things go.
No.
So he did. Eventually, after this, he didn't want to go anymore, so he went to a public school, but that only lasted for 2 weeks. only went for 2 weeks. And so he went to a continuation school.
Couldn't fucking hack it.
No, he couldn't deal with it. Girls around not talking to him.
Oh my God.
So yeah. So the continuation school is like for troubled kids that have like super problems.
Yeah.
It's only 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
So he's got all the rest of that time to watch porn and play World of Warcraft. And I think he played Halo too. But a bunch of his friends, some of his friends that were online stopped hanging out with him too, because they said it was just depressing.
Like, couldn't fucking deal with him.
Yeah, because that's always, woe is me, like constantly. Like I can picture him playing World of Warcraft and they just mute his ass.
A little fucking
so they get some
bitch.
help.
Yeah.
But they don't have to hear his,
Just a fucking little bitch, man. I swear to God.
Yeah, but he went from 16 to 18, so 2 years of just 3 hours of school a day.
Sucks to be him, huh?
How rough.
It's not fair. I deserve it more.
So after high school, when he did graduate from, well, it's not high school, it's continuation school. When he graduated from that, he thought he would just sit around the house and play World of Warcraft all day and dick around.
Like fucking sign me up, man. Yeah, he's just like, he's like, well, got a rich dad. Mom's going to take care of me.
Oh, no, he got mad at his mom because she was dating a dude that was like mega wealthy. I think he was a doctor. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he was like super wealthy.
Right.
He was trying to talk her into marrying this guy, even though she didn't want to get married again.
Yeah.
And he couldn't believe how unfair it was of his mother not to marry this guy so that he could have some more money.
That was in the manifesto as well, I believe.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
It's something like, I can't believe the audacity of my mother that she wouldn't suffer for my happiness. She wouldn't marry this guy.
That's his view. It's so, to me, that just
classic, just fucking textbook narcissist, man.
And that scream. I think that keeps screaming the whole porn thing. Like he's gotten into his head that's what women are. That's it. Like you're not anything more than that.
Completely objectifies women.
Yep.
He doesn't feel like he should have to try. They should just approach him because he's so good looking.
Yep.
If you don't believe me, let's listen to him. Let's listen to him.
I'm such a magnificent guy. I'm beautiful. You can't deny that.
No, it's not fair, is it?
It certainly isn't.
Is it fair, James Hetfield? I think it's fair. I think it's fair.
So his mom told him, he's like, you're either going to work or you're going to go to college. Well, school didn't go well for Elliot, so he didn't want to do that. So he went to work. He thought he was just going to slide right in and have a desk job, wearing a suit, making all kinds of bank.
Just from the get-go, just fucking making bank, because that's what you do.
But it didn't turn out that way. Like he was supposed to clean a bathroom one time, and he's so above that he was just out. So okay,
Jesus
all right,
fucking Christ,
all right, rich parents, I'll go ahead and go to college.
I don't get it, man. I just don't get it.
The terrible college that he picked to go to was Santa Barbara City College.
Okay,
which Santa Barbara is just like a college place because there's 2 colleges there, so it's just good-looking college people everywhere, right? So he's thinking.
California girls, man. Just
I got this now. I'm going to be a cool kid now. Look at all these people around here.
Jesus.
So he's got it figured out that before he turns 20, he's going to get laid. And he's got a master plan here, Zach. I do think the guy's a douchebag, but he's really onto something here. So he gives himself I think it was 11 or 12 days before his 20th birthday. Here's his plan. He's going to put on some clothes that are nice.
Yeah.
He's going to drive his BMW, which isn't even a fucking M class, by the way. So it's not that big of a deal. So he drives down to the Domino's, sits and hangs out and waits.
Domino's Pizza?
Mm-hmm.
So he drives down to a fucking Domino's Pizza.
Did you not get the rest of the game plan? He's going to sit there and wait.
For what?
For some girls to come up, throw their clothes off, and jump on him.
Well, fuck. Sign me up for that, too.
That's his plan. That's how it's going to work.
And that's how we know he was definitely watching way too much fucking porn, because that sounds like a really bad intro to a porn movie.
Yeah, because he wasn't going to be a pizza delivery man where it would actually happen like it does in the flicks. He was just going to sit next to a pizza place.
God forbid he have to fucking do anything. Yeah.
Apparently it got into his head that pepperoni makes chicks just super horny. That's his plan.
I think he was probably hung more like an anchovy, really.
It wouldn't matter. He wouldn't have known what to do if a chick would have done that. He would have probably been insulted that he didn't know what to do, and that would have been her fault as well.
Right. So, fucking dumbass little fucking.
Okay, so for the 11 days that he tries this, shocker, doesn't work. Because you might be a good-looking dude, but you know how many good-looking dudes there are in Santa Barbara? There's some competition there, asshole. You got to do a bit more than just sit there putting out some vibe of just hate.
You have to have I think it's called a personality. And
he's lacking.
Oh, for sure.
And I just remembered there was another thing that happened during these 11 days. Like he was walking across the bridge and there was a girl walking the other way and he said hi to her and she didn't say hi back. So she needs to be slaughtered. That was it. She probably didn't even hear him because I'm sure if he said hi, it's probably like, he fucking just whispered it. Or,
yeah, it was in his head. He didn't even actually fucking say it out loud.
You know what? That very well could have been. Like he didn't even say it. He thought he said it or he wanted to say it. So it came out as he said it and she ignored him. Because that's the mentality that this asshole has in the first place.
Because out of everything that I saw, I've only heard of 2 actual encounters where he's actually tried to talk to a female. 2.
They worked out well.
And this was 1.
If it happened that way. Even.
If it went down that way, exactly.
Yeah, so old Dimple Dick here really loves Starbucks. And he would go to Starbucks and sit there and put out the vibe while he was drinking his vanilla latte. One time he's standing in line and there's a couple in front of him. And he does not like the fact that they are in love or lovey-dovey feelings because they're holding hands, maybe kissing, hugging, whatever.
Yeah, what normal people do.
Yeah. Pisses him off so bad that he follows them out to their vehicle, throws his hot latte on them, and runs away like a little bitch.
A little rich bitch, because who the fuck can afford to throw a fucking
it's like $7,
Starbucks,
man?
Yeah.
What's it in LA though? Or
no
if you're
shit.
in Santa Barbara, I bet it's who knows.
$14 double?
Doesn't matter to him, buddy. He's got it.
Jesus Christ.
So, but he did this on numerous occasions where if he's seen people doing stuff he didn't like, he would follow them, throw his coffee on them, and run away, and it made him feel good, like he was showing them that what they were doing wasn't right. And he pulled up to 2 girls sitting at a bus stop, waiting for the bus. Rolls down his window, got the cool pickup line of just gives them a smile. Yeah, and they didn't rip off their clothes. They didn't rip off their clothes, start making out with each other, get in the car, and just bang him. And he couldn't believe that, so he whips his coffee at him. Is this not the equivalent of some toddler just throwing a tantrum where they're on the floor,
we're not
just
supposed to
kicking their
use
legs?
We're not supposed to use this word anymore, but this kid's fucking retarded.
There is definitely something not clicking in this guy's fucking head. So it's about this time that his dad got to work on the Hunger Games.
Okay. That's cool.
Some sort of directing position, not main director, second unit, maybe something like that.
He was a second unit director.
Okay, but he got to walk the red carpet at the premiere. Superstars.
Man, he's got it so fucking bad, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? Isn't it terrible?
Oh my God.
I don't get it. He's just one of the most privileged kids I've ever heard of. And something doesn't function in his head. He just can't make it happen.
It sounds like the only thing that this kid was not handed was a fucking girlfriend.
That's what he thought he should be handed. Not even a girlfriend. I think it was more, there should be a woman here to have sex with me and then let me go play World of Warcraft.
Well, I mean, if you're that hard up, bud, there's these things. They're called prostitutes.
That's below him.
Well, I guess they weren't going to below him then.
No, certainly we're not.
Well, there you go. I mean,
so he figures out his dad's got this good-looking woman with him because he's rich. So he's got another idea. He's got another Elliot Rogers idea. He's going to get rich. He's going to use his parents' money that they give him to go buy lottery tickets.
Oh, really?
That's the end of it. That's his plan.
Well, and you forgot to mention his dad bought him a copy of The Secret.
I fucking hate that book.
So his dad gives him this book, and I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but basically it's all power of positivity, and you're supposed to visualize things in your mind, and then the more you visualize it, the more positive things you put out in the universe is supposed to come back to you. So he's read The Secret, and he'll sit there and he'll meditate for fucking 4 hours a day about winning the lottery.
Yep, that's what he did. That's why I hate that book. I get the positive thinking thing.
Yeah.
But if you're some vet that has come home from fighting in a war and you're living on the streets, all the positive thinking in the world is never going to fucking help you. If you
I agree.
So,
but
yeah, so I'd read there was differences like $700 to over $1,200 just on lottery tickets, just trying to get rich.
Jesus Christ.
Shocker. Didn't work out.
He didn't win.
Nope.
No,
he didn't win.
No.
But he did have parents that gave him enough money to be able to do that. So
sucks to be him, man.
So it was in 2013 that he got into the incel community.
Well, okay, so what's an incel?
Involuntarily celibate. People that want to have sex but no one will have sex with them. Probably because you're down in a fucking basement on your computer all the time.
So we're talking about the wowers, the World of Warcrafters.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't even lump them in with it. I think these people just get online and complain, which is fine if you got an outlet for your frustrations. But after he did what he did, some of these people were like praising him as king of the incels. Like they thought what he did was justified. So there's not just him with this mindset out there. Apparently there's a community.
There actually is. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but you like Reddit. The Reddit is home for all the fucking weirdos. Like there's subreddits for everything, right?
Yeah.
Well, there was an incel subreddit, but guess what? Reddit fucking deleted it. It's banned. They won't.
Good.
Yeah. So it's a fucking problem. Obviously, I mean he's may have been one of the first. He's probably not, but he definitely wasn't the fucking last.
No,
And-
there's some spawned after him. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were even saying praise Elliot Rogers after.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you just keep that negative energy going and putting it out there and receiving it
And
from other people. Where do you expect to go from there?
It's just fire just builds higher and higher.
Yeah.
That's all that happens,
Just
man.
stoking the flames, man.
Yep. Yep.
So after this depressed asshole gets into guns real heavy and starts going to the firing range.
Yeah.
Now I get that because I don't mind going to the firing range.
I don't
Shooting
either.
around, having a good time. But this guy has no business with a fucking gun.
Yeah. I want to know who the fuck decided it was a good idea for him to own a fucking firearm.
I don't know, man.
I mean, that's a completely different conversation, obviously, but
Clearly he's on meds, or he was supposed to be on meds and he's not taking them. So he was going to psychiatrists and stuff like that. So I don't know if the background check didn't get into that, which, yeah, once again, that'd be a huge discussion. No, I don't want to get into.
yeah, we don't have fucking time for that.
Let's skirt that shit. And he's got one last chance that he thinks he's going to be super cool, right?
Right.
So he gets drunk. Good idea for this guy. Puts on some nice clothes. Goes, finds a house party. There's a house party going on. He just walks in there and stands in a corner and waits for girls to talk to him. But guess what happens? They don't.
They don't. Yeah.
Okay.
They probably could. Hey, they probably couldn't see him. You know, he's so short.
Poor bastard. Bobby, what are you doing here? I thought you died in the Deathly Hollows. So he's at this party. No one's talking to him and he gets pissed. So here's what I'm going to say. Okay, listen to this. Did you hear that? Some people would call that dead air, but it's not. So every time you hear that in the future on this podcast, or even in the past, that's an Elliot Rogers pickup line. That's just refer to that every time you hear nothing. That's what we're doing.
So what he's asking is every time you hear that silence is like, Elliot Rogers here. Would you like to go out with me on a date?
Oh fuck. Okay, so he walks out. He's pissed. He's gonna leave because no girls have tried to have sex with him yet. See some people up on a balcony having a good time.
You forget the fact. Okay, he gets fucking obliterated.
He's super
obliviated.
drunk. Yeah, he's super
fucking
drunk
He's wasted.
because he's so angry. And so he goes up on the balcony, just stands there once again, leaning up against the balcony. No one will talk to him. What a fucking surprise. This fucking weirdo, and I'm sure he was doing like weird poses and shit from he's seen in commercials or something like that.
Yeah. He's like fucking trying to look like he's supposed to be on the cover of GQ and shit. Yeah.
Yep. And none of the girls would pay attention to him. So what's he do? Does he just get mad and leave? Nope. He tries to push the girls off of the balcony, and it's like a 10-foot fucking drop.
Jesus Christ.
But he's so drunk they just get away from him, and all the dudes that are there that see this happening. They go
like,
grab
hey,
Elliot and chuck his fucking ass off the balcony.
Well
which is
deserved.
exactly what he deserved. Yes.
Yeah.
So he really fucks his ankle up when he lands, but he's so blasted.
Not fair.
Sorry. I couldn't help it.
No, that's fine. It fit. So he fucks his ankle up real bad, but he's so blasted drunk it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So he goes down the street to another party, ends up getting in a fight, and gets his ass kicked.
No, okay. Oh, here's what happens. He gets about halfway to his car, realizes he's dropped his Gucci sunglasses.
Oh no! When his
So
ass was thrown off the balcony.
Yeah. So he turns around and goes back to what he is the house party, but he's so fucking wasted. He goes
Went to the wrong
house.
one.
He went to the house across the street. They opened the door, and they had witnessed everything that had happened. And they're like, "Fuck you, bro!" And they just proceeded to kick his fucking ass again.
I am surprised that there wasn't like a mob of dudes like after he hit the ground that just came over there and started wailing on him for trying to throw those girls off the top of that balcony.
He fucking deserved to have some fucking teeth kicked in for that shit.
But so life keeps going on for Elliot. And then in 2014, he starts his YouTube videos, which we have played some clips of. We'll probably play a couple more. And his 137-page manifesto, which if you've got enough time to read it,
don't
do anything else.
Don't.
It's a whole woe is me story of this entitled jackass prick. So he finally decides that the day's come. He's got to do what he's got to do. So the day of retribution is what he's calling it. But before the day of retribution, he's got something else he's got to do. He's got to go to his dad's house, and he hopes his dad's out of town. And, well, before I get into this, give me 1 second. I'm going to grab a beer because this is going to kick my ass to get through this.
Go get a beer or a drink. You're going to need it.
Did you get diaper rash walking down a red carpet event? Man, it sucks to be you. Try Elliot Rogers' fucking baby wipe ointment. Are no girls talking to you and you're getting tired of walking up to the Domino's pizza to sit down and cross your legs like constantly all day long just to get their attention?
Elliot Rogers, baby wipe ointment.
It's strong enough to wipe your ass when it needs to be wiped. Gentle enough to soak up your tears.
Elliot Rogers, baby wipe ointment.
I was trying to throw these chicks off of a balcony, but I had a diaper rash that was so rough I couldn't stand it.
Sounds like you should have used some Elliot Rogers baby wipe ointment.
You know what? Next time I will. My stupid mom had to move into an apartment in LA instead of the house she used to live in, and it really chaps my ass.
Sounds like you could use some Elliot Rogers baby ass ointment.
I'll try that. I don't know why all you girls are into
Elliot Rogers baby ass ointment.
I mean, it's the perfect remedy, everything you could possibly have.
It's magnificent.
I mean, look at it. Last time I tried to talk to a girl, she didn't even talk to me. Probably because I said it in my head. That really chaps my ass.
Sounds like you could use some Elliot Rogers baby ass ointment.
I think you need to apply it to me because I'm above that. Oh, nanny. Well, I don't know what you're doing just standing there. You better apply it to me. Please. I'm only 21 years old. Like, I'm going to apply this myself?
Elliot Rogers baby ass ointment.
What kind of loser wipes their own ass?
And we're back. So, one of his roommates fucking moved out because he just blasted fucking like yacht rock all the time.
Oh, yeah. That, in his videos, you can hear it in the background. Like, that's the shit that the dude was listening to.
What the fuck, dude? I mean, just horrible. Like, Hall & Oates and what else? Like, Chris
Christopherson's great.
Chris, the guy that did the Arthur soundtrack. Christopher Cross. Is that right?
Cross. Yeah. It was just garbage music like that. And he's shooting videos of himself while he's driving around.
Won't take money. Don't take fame. What a dumb motherfucker, man.
Everything about this guy's life is like a fucking parody. He thinks he's cool, but it's like, if you would, this is like something, if somebody would have been shooting those vehicles that just had a sense of humor and was just joking around, would have been hilarious. But this guy actually feels it. Like, this is his life.
Yeah.
What a dick.
I found some strong similarities between him and the Christian Bale's character in American Psycho.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Even down to the bad fucking music.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. Huey Lewis in the News is great compared to what this jackass listened to.
That's true.
I forget one of the songs playing in the background, but I'm just like, am I hearing this right? Is that? Oh, he's driving around with his fucking window down, staring at his phone way more than the road, and just looking at himself and making these fucking faces.
Too bad he didn't fucking crash when all that was going on.
Drive off a fucking cliff or something.
Fucker.
I can't get over how much I hate him.
I'll tell you what. If this fucking dickhead would have fucking just listened to some Pantera and smoked a fucking bowl one time, problem solved. This guy would have been a fucking master carpenter and just been like, you know what I mean? That's it.
Could have made a man out of him.
Yeah, because I mean, that's it.
I think Pantera would have broken his fragile mind.
Fuck, I hope so.
I don't think he would have been able to handle it.
God knows he couldn't handle 5 minutes alone.
Oh, no. Mm-mm. Unless he's on World of Warcraft or porn. So, the day before the day of retribution, he's going to go to his dad's house because his dad's a lot of time out of town. And that's what he's hoping for because his plan is to kill his stepmom and his little brother Jazz.
Do you know why he wants to kill his little brother Jazz?
Because he was fucking cooler than him already.
Yeah, pretty much. His stepmom had found a talent agent that thought Jazz would be perfect for the film industry. So she informed Elliot that by the time, Jazz is Elliot's age, he's going to be already in movies and shit.
Yeah,
and surpass him. And
can't stand for that, can he?
Poor little Elliot. Poor little woe is me. Hello, Elliot here. How are you? And he can't fucking stand it. Yeah. So his plan is to fucking murder them.
Yeah,
because he never wants him to surpass him.
The dude was right there, though. He isn't a bad looking dude. He did have money. He did drive a BMW. He had no fucking personality. He had to be putting off the vibe of just absolute disgust and hatred all the time.
Just narcissist. I mean,
definitely.
Misogynist. All the fucking cysts. He was a fucking cyst. God,
certainly.
Fucking hate. Let's fucking just
Okay, so
let's go. Let's fucking get this over with.
Okay, the next step after doing that terrible deed was to go back to where he lived and kill his roommates, so he would have his torture chamber, because that's where he was gonna.
Lure people back, right?
He's gonna lure these extremely hot women back there so he could torture them and kill them for what they did to him.
Well, first you got to learn how to fucking talk to him. I mean,
don't know where his fucking head's at. I don't know what.
If he could have just started at that part right there. If I'm just going to lure a hot girl back to my apartment and just left it right there, boom, nothing left. I mean, that's it. End of problem.
Yeah. Jeez, I don't know. This guy makes me so mad. But he's putting out these YouTube videos. So the police, somebody calls and tells him, it's like, hey, you might want to take a look at this guy of what he's going to do. Police show up. Apparently they were male police because he was okay talking to him and got himself talked out of it.
So I heard it that someone contacted his mom.
Yeah, I think she was the one that maybe.
And then she contacted like a health provider, and then they are the ones that contacted the police to come do the wellness check on him. And he just fucking faked his way through it, just like all of his stupid ass fucking videos are fake as fuck. And because he didn't seem to be, in the mindset that he didn't seem like he was going to harm himself or anyone else. That's what a wellness check is. Because of that, that's why.
I think that's what his mom was worried about, was him being suicidal. Well, too bad he wasn't. That would have really helped out everyone else.
Yeah, saved a lot of time, energy, and a lot of tragedy for sure.
Yeah, and he said in his manifesto that if the cops would have came in, they would have found his guns. They would have found all the ammo that he had. They would have found the manifesto. That would have been it.
Curtains.
They could have foiled the plan right there. So
yeah,
he does start his plan, but thank God his dad he wasn't out of town. So his dad was home and he couldn't picture himself killing his father. So he just wasn't gonna mess with that. Unfortunately, his roommates, Chan and George, were killed, and it was unlucky that they had a friend over. Weehan was visiting. He stabbed all three of them to death. And I read from 100 to 150 stab wounds that he did on these guys.
The friend was stabbed like over 90 times. 90 times. And there's something else that we haven't mentioned here either, is that, this wasn't his first roommates.
No, he changed roommates constantly because he was above them all.
Yeah. And a lot of them were different ethnicity. And he couldn't. He couldn't believe that these people could get laid, and he couldn't. He just couldn't fathom it.
Yeah, because guess what? Other than being sexist, he was also a wee bit racist.
More than a wee bit. I mean, his racism was definitely longer than his penis.
Then He was even racist against Asians, and he's half Asian.
No shit. I mean, what the fuck?
I think he looked up to his dad as being like the king alpha type dude, and that's what he wanted to be, and he wasn't, and he hated everybody because he wasn't.
Well,
so after he kills his roommates, he uploaded his final YouTube video, and he mailed out his manifesto. So his plan now is to go to the hottest sorority on campus, where all the beautiful women are that would have nothing to do with him, because he's a fucking dipshit, and try to get in there, and he's just going to kill as many as he can.
Yeah.
Guess what? They wouldn't open the fucking door for him.
Do you want to hear his last? I will give him this. This is okay. You want to hear the last clip?
Do it. Yep, do it.
All right. So this is the last YouTube video that he uploaded, and I've edited it slightly. Tiny hole there.
Elliot Rogers here. Well, this is my last video. It all has to come to this. Tomorrow is the day of retribution. The day in which I will have my revenge against humanity. Against all of you. I'm 22 years old, and I'm still a virgin. And it has been very torturous. It's not fair. You girls have never been attracted to me. I don't know why you girls aren't attracted to me, but I will punish you all for it. I don't know what you don't see in me. I'm the perfect guy, and yet you throw yourselves at all these obnoxious men. Instead of me, the supreme gentleman, I will punish all of you for it. You will finally see that I am, in truth, the superior one. The true alpha male. Yes. And now, I will be a god compared to you. You will all be animals. You denied me a happy life. And in turn, I will deny all of you life. It's only fair. I hate all of you. I've waited a long time for this. I can't wait to give you exactly what you deserve. Utter annihilation.
Oh, I forgot about
He's got to get that last maniacal laugh in there.
He's got to get that little laugh in there to let you know he's a shitty Bond villain. So after being
Elliot Rogers here, I'm a little fucking douchebag. Somebody fucking kill me now.
He was denied entry, so he seen 3 girls walking down the street. Just pulls out a gun, starts shooting. Catherine Cooper and Veronica Weiss were killed, and Bianca was shot 5 times, but she ended up living.
Thank God. I mean, lucky girl.
After this, he's crazy. He's lost it. He's just driving around, popping shots into buildings. He shoots up a deli where Christopher Martinez was killed, just at random. Yeah. It wasn't some blonde girl that he was wanting to kill. The dude was going to be a lawyer. He was going to school to be a lawyer, and there's all sorts of videos on YouTube of his dad coming out and talking. And
yeah. So
while he's just running around shooting up the streets, the cops catch up to him, and he does catch a bullet in the hip. But he drives away in his BMW. He's trying to hit random people. He does hit some random people. He didn't kill any of them, but some of them ended up in the hospital. He hit a skateboarder. He hit a
3 bicyclists.
Yeah, 3. Was it 3?
Yeah. And he also shot 2 more people that were coming out of like a pizzeria next to a 7-Eleven, like a couple.
Yeah. So, and then he crashes his car, takes one to the head, which he should have done before he done any of this shit. And the worst thing about that is if he wouldn't have shot himself, I guarantee you, like day 1 in prison, that whole virginity thing would have been fucking dealt with.
Oh yeah.
He would have been no longer a virgin.
Oh, that's a fucking shame too, because he fucking deserved it.
God, what a fucking asshole.
It's starting his own porn, prison porn.
Yep.
Gang rape.
Oh, he'd have been a punk, man. He'd have been passed around like nobody's business. Dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They would have used him like
Chinese finger cuffs.
Like currency. So yeah, and they said, well, he had like 3 pistols, and then it was like 400 rounds of ammunition or some shit like that.
It was 5, but I think he shot like 6 clips. Like he shot like 60 rounds, at least 60 rounds.
Okay, so yeah. Like
Out of the 2
and there's
pistols.
videos on YouTube about
And they found the knives that he used to murder his roommates and their friend in the vehicle with him as well.
yeah, and like just seeing the pictures of those kids and listening to people talk about them, like what great dudes they were.
Yeah.
Like just how nice and friendly these guys were, and
They had to be to put up with this fucking prick.
Yeah, just to have that guy as a roommate, you would have to be the most understanding people of all time, not just to be like beat the fuck out of him daily.
Yeah, that's what I would have wanted to do for sure.
Oh man, needed his head taped to a desk permanently. Should have never let him go.
No shit.
Oh my god.
And you know, technically, this makes him a spree killer.
Yeah, he's a spree killer. He's not a serial killer because he did it all at once. So I was looking forward to doing our first serial killer, but once I seen this guy, he was in my head, and I was like, nope, because once we get this done, I can flush him away and I can move on to something else.
Yeah, I know you've been working on this one for a couple weeks, and I've been dreading it.
Yeah.
I know you like doing these. I know you like getting mad. I don't like getting this upset about shit, man. I'm gonna let you take care of all the heavy hitter shit, all the fuck sticks, all the fucking kings of shittery.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I was looking up Ed Gein because at least I feel pity for Ed Gein until he makes his first murder.
Right.
But this guy, there's nothing to feel sorry for him about. I mean, the fucking guy had everything. Who wouldn't want to go to the fucking, I went to the premiere of Star Wars 2 in a small fucking theater.
Then I had to wait 6 hours in line to fucking get in the front. Yeah.
No. This was, because Derek Dirks he got the tickets online. This was like when that was first like a big thing that you could do, and most people didn't know about it. So we just waltzed right in there. I felt like royalty doing that.
Yeah.
Fucking line out the door and we walk right in. What an asshole. So yeah, if you guys look up his YouTube clips, it'll just make you furious, but you're gonna do it anyway if you're interested in this. So
and like I said, I'm not gonna fucking help you out. Nope, nothing. I'm not even gonna put Virgin Killer on this. I'm gonna just put Elliot F.S. Rogers for fuckstick.
Fuckstick. Old dimple dick.
Old dimple dick. Yep, not even fucking gonna. Nope, doesn't deserve it.
Well, it was one of those things. It was just like, man, spree killer. I could do a spree killer rather than a serial killer because we got to get him in there sometime. And some of the ones coming up are going to be rough because I will do Albert Fish, and that one's going to be hard to get through.
All right, I'm gonna have to start.
That'll be a rough one.
Handle of
the toy box
Jack
killer.
Daniels. Yeah. Oh fuck. Damn it, Matt. Okay, well, I'm gonna lighten things up next week if you don't give a shit.
That's fine with me.
I thought we'd do something like cryptid type shit. And I've really wanted to break out my Wisconsin accent. Yeah, and I mean, we're already drinking werewolf killers, Coors Lights, so seems suitable.
I love werewolves, and then we can get into some of the coolest looking werewolves in movies and stuff like that. I think we'll get into because werewolves is one of my favorite things.
Sounds a lot more relaxed than this one.
I've got to be serious about some of this because after those kids, well, let's be honest, they were fucking kids were slaughtered.
Yeah.
There was like over 20,000 people coming to these vigils for them, and oh man, it's just a fucking shame it had to happen. And I just kind of wanted to show that there was no reason for it.
No, none.
There's no trigger. A girl pushed him once, didn't say hi to him, and his mom and dad got divorced. Well, fucking join 65% of the population, you fucking prick.
No shit. I have zero fucking sympathy for this guy. It comes down to this. I know there was an interview with Barbara Walters, and she interviewed Elliot's dad.
Yeah.
And she asked him, "Do you wish your son was never born?" And he said, "I loved my son, but yes, I wish he was never born."
What are you going to say? There's fucking 6 people dead. There's a skateboarder that can't walk anymore. He's got to use a fucking wheelchair because he's paralyzed like from the waist down.
Yeah.
Other people. And then you got to go with the fucking drop of water. That how the waves spread after it. It's like all the families of these people, their lives are never the same again.
Yep.
Because you
Only
couldn't
takes-
get your dick wet, motherfucker. It's just like,
Only takes one little fucking prick.
and that's what he was.
Well, fuck him. I'm glad he's dead.
He wasn't a prick. He was a genital wart. Don't even give him that. He's not even a piece of shit. He's a chip of a shit. He can't even be a full piece.
He's a piece of corn stuck in the shit.
Yeah, and then I don't remember the name because I'm just now remembering reading it. But some guy in Canada would done like the same kind of ordeal thing. Went on a shooting spree, and he was saying that Elliot was like his mentor.
Fuck them. Fuck them all.
So if you're in the incel community, I feel bad for you, and it's fine for you to have a place to voice your opinion. But if you cheered this motherfucker on like some of them did, then go fuck yourself.
No, don't go fuck yourself. Go fucking kill yourself, but only yourself.
Only yourself. Just do it yourself, and don't buy a gun and do it because this is getting old.
Yeah,
fucking just cyanide. Do something cool. Dive off a building. Make sure no one's out there though. You don't want to land on somebody.
Yeah. Safety first.
As
well,
always.
Matt, I'm glad this is over. So fucking glad it's over. Thank you guys again for continuing to like, rate, and review and subscribe to the podcast.
Yes,
and
we appreciate it so much.
If you want to get a hold of us, the easiest way to do so would be to either hit us up on social media. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Well Hello Mr. Fancy Pants, or you can email us at hmfppod@gmail.com. So
please do.
Matt,
Please do. Get a hold of
I gotta
us.
go. I gotta go make a fucking strong drink now, man. But
it is a rough one. We're gonna have rougher ones in the future. It's just
fuck. Well, like I said, it's time for a double. Until then, hey Matt.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Later.
Later.
It's evil! Don't touch it!
I was with you.
They're coming to get you. Cloud of Christ.
This is Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Holy shit, I didn't even say cunt one time in this. If anybody deserved it, it was this piece of shit. What a cunt.
Tiny hole there.